BioWare Austin teases Knights of the Old Republic 3. Rumored Destiny 3 leaks. And Cyberpunk 2077 won't have a game over screen unless your player dies. All that and more on the April 2nd version of Daily Dose of Gaming News. Again, guys, this is the Keymaster for bringing you guys a Daily Dose of Gaming News. I hope you guys enjoy, and before we guys get into this and you guys forget and move on to the next video, make sure you guys are hitting that like and that subscribe button. That way you guys don't miss on any of the great daily videos we have coming out to you guys today, every single day. Now, with that being said, let's get into the news. BioWare Austin teases Knights of the Old Republic 3, kinda. Earlier today, Jason Schreier of Kotaku reported had this huge story on BioWare talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. Literally leaving no holds barred, no friends left. He basically put BioWare and EA on notice. And within that report, we discovered that BioWare BioWare Austin was really pushing to make a Knights of the Old Republic 3. Instead, they got to try to make Shadow Realms and Saga. They got to try to make an open world Star Wars game that was only in development for a few months. And they continued to try to hold out hope for Knights of the Old Republic 3. But apparently EA just is not going to let BioWare make a Knights of the Old Republic at all. No one's sure why. I mean, at BioWare Edmonton is already making Dragon Age 4. BioWare Austin is already working on the Anthem live services and trying to improve the experience. And needless to say, EA is just sitting there letting the Star Wars license just waste away and have great games just sitting there on the scrap heap. That's unfortunate news. The Persona 5 Switch version has been leaked because of why. There was a website that came out today that went live with indication that more details about the upcoming title would be coming on April 25th. Then a hidden message from the Phantom Thieves was located in the source code of the aforementioned website, and now it seems that there is confirmation that Persona 5 is indeed on its way to Nintendo Switch. It's pretty cool. People should be really excited for Persona 5 coming to Switch. I think it's really awesome. It's in, it's already been confirmed it's in Best Buy's system. I mean, it should be really interesting, and I'm really excited for all you guys to be able to play it on Switch, because currently it has only been available on the PS4 and PS3. Next, in the news, Destiny 3 leaks revealed the new enemy race and darkness subclasses and more. What? I would love to learn more about this. So according to Anon the 9, a member of the Destiny subreddit, who has predicted some leaked details in the past about the first two games in the franchise, has gone to say that the new enemy race in Destiny 3 is going to be called the Veil, which is a race of astro demons who are being described as having darkish greenish skin, sharp claws, and a distinct stench of wet earth. The story background for them was provided as such. Says, quote, during the collapse, the god of the Veil was slain in a conflict with the light. Since then, the Veil have been waiting for the traveler to reawaken so they can siphon its powers to resurrect their dead god. I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's a great way to start a story. Definitely gives you why they don't like you. And for the news that there was brought to us today, Destiny 3 could potentially have no PvP, but instead blend PvP and PvE together, making it more of a PvPvE. Kind of similar to how Planet Side was done back in the day. If you guys have played that game, it'll be interesting to see the game without a Crucible mode. We'll have to see if people like it or not. It does sound like they are going to start bringing in the darkness subclasses, which will be really awesome. It's been rumored for a while. And they're also going to have darkness ships being lit locations. similar to how the Dreaming City, Old Chicago, Europa, or the Return of Venus was in Destiny 2. According to Lead, Destiny 3 will cater to the hardcore audience, bringing in more RPG elements than more than ever, and making it more difficult than the first 2 games, which I think makes sense. The third game should be the hardest game in the series, but we will have to wait and see, because this is all merely leaks, conjectures, rumors, and in general hearsay. There's been nothing officially announced, not even a release date, so we'll have to wait and find out more about that as it comes from Bungie. GameStop reports a $673 million full year loss. Let that sink in. $673 million loss this last year, guys. They were trying to find a buyer. Obviously, I understand now why they have had no buyers. But CEO George Sherman thinks they could pivot GameStop to become more of a cultural experience, working more predominantly with its partnerships with ThinkGeek and other companies as a way to stock the store shelves with apparel and physical merchandise, and still have some GameStop and not make it so much in the forefront, and that could help rejuvenate GameStop. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So unfortunately, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I just repeat myself. Cyberpunk 27 won't have a game over screen unless you die. So guys, CD Projekt Red, the makers of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, are going to be bringing something incredibly new to the RPG realm within their game. It's going to be it's going to be a very interesting system. So the example that Philip Weber, quest designer for Cyberpunk 2077, gave, he was answering a question regarding what is the dumbest thing a player could do in the game. And his example was this: the player decides to go to a restaurant to eat a burger, rather than chase down a quest or a mission that they were on. Worst case scenario, the target eventually dies, but instead of forcing the player to restart at a checkpoint, the world just moves on. The complex consequence system is activated, and the story evolves. So in theory, you could just sit in that place and just eat sandwiches to your heart's content, and unless you make it so the game is in an unfinishable state, you can hang out there as long as you wanted. No problems. I think it's really insane. I can't believe that someone is able to make that happen. I mean, I've been gaming a long time, and it just absolutely blows my mind that they're going to be able to make this kind of a dramatic shift within the game, and be able to make it so it's like your decision to not do something matters at this point now. Not doing a time quest and the amount of time you need isn't just, okay, whatever, it's no big deal. It could actually have dramatic consequences within the world space now. I think that's an amazing jump in RPGs. And the biggest story of the day was the Anthem development was rushed, and E3 2017 demo was faked. As I mentioned earlier, Jason Schreier from Kotaku did a whole report on Anthem, discussing all the development woes at BioWare when making Anthem. He cited 19 anonymous sources who were either working directly on Anthem or were adjacent to it. One developer even went on to say about Anthem's development, quote, "You couldn't play it. There was nothing there. It was just this crazy final rush. The hard part is, how do you make a decision when there's no game? There's nothing to play. So yeah, you're going to keep questioning yourself." They went on to further say that the E3 2017 demo was faked. It was cobbled together at the last minute in an attempt to impress EA executive Patrick Sutherland, who disapproved the first Anthem demo that BioWare presented to him. The new demo added back in the flying mechanic that was scrapped multiple times throughout development. BioWare was unsure if it should make the final product, so Sutherland was impressed by that second demo, and so BioWare used it to make the E3 2017 demo, which was mostly faked and not representative of the actual game that was in progress. Furthermore, they went on to talk about you know, the quality of life at Anthem, and you know how you had to, you know, lock yourselves in a room just so you could cry. The depression, anxiety was rampant. It was an epidemic at BioWare. It just doesn't look good. I really hope that EA and BioWare take a look at how they make games, especially big games like this, how they make games in the future, and you know, think about what they're doing, so in that way they don't run into such situations like this, and we don't end up hearing stories like this, because this is absolutely insane. I cannot believe that this story is coming out in 2019. I mean, that's absolutely insane to me that it seems okay for companies to do that. But yeah, so guys, with that being said, that is the news. We did it. We got to the end. If there's anything that we missed or anything that you guys would like us to cover more in depth, please leave a comment down below. Also, if you guys did not do it yet, this is another reminder to make sure you guys go over, hit that like, hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any of the daily action we have coming to you guys every single day on this channel, full of great news and other awesome videos. Until next time, guys, this has been the Keymaster 84. We play games to make games. Haters gonna hate, and I'll see you guys in the next video.